So your channel name is Vicky's Magic Tricks, and how long have you been doing magic tricks?
Well, I've been doing magic tricks for about 4 months now, 4 or 5 months now. So getting on for about half a year.
Hmm. Um. I don't even know what. I just forgot to say. What's your most favourite card trick to perform?
Well, I would have to say at the minute, well, I actually really like impromptu card tricks that you can do on the spot. If someone gives you a deck of cards and tells you to do a card trick, you can do a card trick there and then. I just like the really impromptu ones, which are nice, quick and simple, but do blow away the spectators.
What would you use as a starter trick if you just walked up to a stranger and says to them, "Do you want to see a trick?" What card trick would you start with?
Card trick. Well, I wouldn't make it such a long one. I would try and make it a really simple one, snappy, and one that the spectator doesn't have to say get so involved in the trick. Just a quick one. Hey, can I show you a trick? And then do it, because if you get the spectator too involved, where you have just met them, it may seem a little bit weird. So what I like to do is just start off with a simple routine where the spectator doesn't really have to get involved and say numbers and choose cards. It's something that they can watch, which is visual, short and snappy. So that's what I would do for our first trick.
So it can basically build up and then make them even more amazed as you go up in different levels and stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Do you have any upcoming deck giveaways or something?
Well, yes, I'm actually planning for the next couple of days to have a contest, which will be on my channel within the next couple of days. You just have to order the decks and get the final changes to the contest done, and then I will have a contest out on my channel. So look forward to that.
That's good. Is there any what's your favourite deck of cards that you use, or top 5 anyway?
My favourite deck of cards, I would have to say, is probably the Bicycle White Ghost deck. And the reason I say the Bicycle White Ghost deck, it's a brilliant deck overall. The handling, it's great. The stock, it lasts for so long. The Bicycle White Ghost deck I had when I very first started out doing magic and getting into cards. I watched some reviews and I thought it was great. If you don't know what it looks like, then you have to pick it up. The designs and everything are just great, and I would say the Bicycle future go on to doing coins. But for now, I don't really do coin magic. I like to stick to the card magic. But as I said, in the future, there may be some room for me to practice and learn and improve coin magic. So that's the answer.
If you had to choose, let's see, do you know a couple of coin tricks?
I do know a couple, but I'm not. I wouldn't say that they are. I wouldn't say that I've practiced them enough to be able to perform them yet, if that makes sense.
Do you have any? How could I say that? Do you have any gimmick things? I've got the gecko, which is do you know what the gecko is?
Yeah.
I've got that, and I've got Power Word Fall, that one there, by Matt Scones, and that's quite good. Do you have any gimmick DVD things like that?
In my personal opinion, I would have to say that using gimmicks is great. It can make the trick a whole lot better. But for me, when I use gimmicks, and if it's something to do with the trick, and if the spectator is sort of one of those people that like to try and figure out how the trick is done, and they ask certain things, maybe with the gimmick it gets a bit noticeable. So I'm not the greatest fan of gimmick tricks, and that's why I don't really have a lot of say gimmick DVDs or something like that.
Have you ever come up with any ideas for tricks, card tricks? Have you any have you any any original card tricks that you've made yourself?
Yeah, I do. I have had a few. I have one recently, which I did change and develop. At the minute, I am working on a new sort of trick. So yeah, I do make up like original card tricks, and I really enjoy doing it.
Have you ever met anybody that's been a YouTube famous kind of card trick person?
No, unfortunately I haven't, but I do. There are some people which I think will be great meeting, but that's something for the future maybe.
Is there anybody that you've knew who does magic that's actually shut down their account on YouTube? Like unexpectedly, blah, tongue twister.
There's not no one really that I know that has shut down their account. I do know of people who have stopped their YouTube videos, but no, I don't know of anyone that has shut down their account.
See if you were going up to a stranger, what would you say your last trick would be to amaze them?
My last trick would probably be something that, because it's the last trick and after that trick I'm going to walk away, I would like to do it as something that they can sort of remember the experience by. Maybe the ambitious card routine where the card can be signed and then given to the spectator. So I wouldn't do anything too which is a gimmick trick, because then the spectator doesn't have anything to say remember the experience by. So I would do something that the spectator, he or she themselves could remember the experience of watching the magic by.
Have you ever experienced using invisible thread before?
No, I haven't really. Because when I first started out doing card tricks, I only really learnt the simple card trick, and I've actually been recently looking at things like invisible thread, but I have not yet used it myself personally.
See, if there what's your favourite coin trick that you kind of like, or you would enjoy to show to somebody to try and amaze them?
Well, I don't know the particular name for it. But I have partly learned a tutorial for the coin where with the X on the hand and the coin, and then it makes the coin or the X disappear or something like that, and then it reappears somewhere else. I'm not quite sure the name of that, and I will try and figure it out soon. But there's one where it either moves the coin or the X, and I think it's the X, and if you swipe it over or something like that, I'm actually not sure. Maybe I think I may be mixing two tricks into one, and I'm really not sure whether I am doing that. But there is a trick out there somewhere which involves a coin and an X, and one of the two disappears. But as I said, I'm not quite sure of the name for that. I'm very sorry, and I do apologise.
That's fine. There is one trick that I've heard that's like that, where basically you take a card, a pack of cards, and you draw an X. You get the spectator to draw an X in four corners, and then you basically just slide the X's across to one part, one corner of the card. And I think that was called DMX4 or something like that. I'm not sure, but
sorry, go ahead.
I'm not sure, but it's quite a good trick to perform. I've never performed it, but it looks cool.
Sounds familiar, but yeah, that does sound very familiar. And as I said, I may be just crisscrossing two tricks into one.
Well, this has been an interview with Vickysmagictricks. You can subscribe to her. Leave a link down below in the description for you to click on that, and you can subscribe to her. Get a lot of good tricks. So, yep. And as you heard earlier, there's an upcoming giveaway that will be quite soon, and you can subscribe to her. Yep. So that was the interview, and thanks for joining me at this time of the day for this particular interview. And yep. So right, thanks for joining, and I'll see you in the next video that I make. Bye.